So I want to be delicate in approaching this conversation because I want to be empathetic to the emotions that people are feeling dealing with the results of this election. And I also want to be empathetic to people who have already dealt with things due to some of the decisions that were made by this administration the first time around. So understand, when I make these statements, it's not because of apathy, it's not being insensitive. I want to be very sensitive to everyone's issues and their feelings, but I also want to appeal to everyone to stay in this fight. Because I've gotten on here and I've read comments on some of my posts. I've seen some of my favorite creators on here, and I've seen other creators on here. And there seems to be this defeatist attitude. And I get it. And maybe some of these people need to unplug for a while. Maybe you need to take some time for yourself. Maybe you need to take some time to reconcile and just kind of mourn, what you're feeling for a while here. And maybe me coming on here and speaking the day after this election is too soon for some of you guys. And I completely understand that. And that's why I'm saying that maybe some people need to take some time for themselves, do some things, unplug, and then come back with a positive attitude, because I'm hearing a lot of "I give up." I'm hearing a lot of "I'm done. America failed me." I'm seeing a lot of finger pointing, and I just don't think that's the healthy way to deal with this. I am a coach. I am a father. I am a husband. I have daughters that have to live in this world. I want to fight for a world that is great for them to live in. I have athletes who are in marginalized communities. I was fighting for them when I first left college and started coaching and teaching. I fought for them during the first Trump administration. I will fight for them during this Trump administration. I am not going to give up. This is hard for us. I get it. People are dealing with this in different types of ways. But there is no way that I'm going to give up in this fight because I got beat one time. This is not the time to pack your bags and leave. This is the time to be motivated to fight even more. I've been thinking a lot about where I want to go with my page from this point on. And of course, I'm still going to react to some of these videos. I'm still going to call them out and be diligent about making sure that I hold these people accountable. But I think what we all need to do is think about what we can do to help other people. We voted. Things did not go the way that we wanted to. But when I think about Donald Trump indemnifying police officers, all I could think of is that I need to make sure young black kids have the least amount of interactions with police officers as possible. And so then I ask myself, how can I do that? I need to be in my community more. I need to be in my community more, making sure that we're building, rec centers and things for kids to do, making sure that kids have equal access to good education, affordable education, making sure that, police departments have a liaison that has a good relationship with the community that they're dealing with. I need to be more proactive. We all do. We need to become more activists in helping other people. I'm not saying become an activist agitator to the other side. That is a waste of our time. What we need to all do is think about, how can I make this world better, even at a time when we don't think it's possible? We have to think about our children, my athletes, my students, other kids in other communities, other marginalized, communities that we need to think about. I am not trying to lecture anyone. I am not trying to tell you how to deal with your grief. But what I am saying is, deal with it. But when you are done dealing with it, I need you to come back. I need you to be in the fight. I came across this video of a guy today who got emotional, said he voted for Kamala Harris because he wants a world for his daughters to grow up in where everyone is accepted.
Who'd you vote for today?
I voted for Kamala Harris.
Why is that?
I have 3 daughters, 4 children overall, and women's rights is pretty important to them and my daughters. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional about that. I didn't think that I was going to do that, but just their bodies, their choice type of a mentality. I want them to grow up in a world that's welcoming to everybody. So yeah, that's why I cast my vote today.
I'm in the fight for dads like that. I'm in the fight for moms who are thinking about their daughters possibly having to deal with not being able to have reproductive care because of some of these decisions that have been made. I'm in the fight for young black kids, young Hispanic kids, poor kids who may have a bad interaction with a police officer that leads to something horrible, and that police officer gets to be off without any accountability because of decisions that might be made by this administration. I'm in the fight for immigrant families who've come here to just find a better life, who would love a path to citizenship. I'm going to stay in the fight for them. I'm in the fight for transgender kids who are going to have a harder time because they're not going to be protected as much as they would have been had we not voted in this administration. I'm not giving up. I'm not telling anyone how to do things, but I'm not giving up. I'm asking you not to either. I can't appeal to you in any more way but to ask you not to give up, because there are so many children, families, marginalized people out there that need you and me to stay in this fight. So please do. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.